Yeah, it's just interesting to hear not how different a place Atlanta is, but like I've heard you say both in this conversation and in like large conversations and according to hip hop and other places that how things are perceived in the Atlanta hip hop community are not the same way that they are perceived in the wider in New York and California and elsewhere. So like I don't know what's the difference? Like why is Atlanta special? Like not special is not the word, but like different like that. You think?
It's hard to explain, Andrew. In all honesty, a lot of it has to do with the fact that we kind of were raised on East Coast and West Coast,
Right.
and so our early artists, the Dungeon Family, are reflective of that sentiment because we needed somebody to kind of kick down the door.
All right.
But once the door was kicked down, it got very, very localized, even more so than New York, even more so than Cali. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are artists down here that are never going to see the light of day outside of Atlanta that are having wonderful careers. That is kind of California like in a sense now that I think about it. But it's almost like once we blew the doors open, we closed the doors some. Does that make sense?
Sort of.
It's like this. It's like we love Ti more than we love Luda because Ti belongs to this city more than Luda does. Luda belongs to everybody, and Atlanta doesn't totally like that.
Right.
You know
I
what I'm? That's what I mean. Like Big Boy gets more love down here than CeeLo because Big Boy belongs to this city more than CeeLo does.
mhm.
CeeLo kind of belongs to everybody now. You feel me?
So,
And not saying that he doesn't get love in the city, but it's not the love Big Boy gets. It's not the love that Ti gets. Like what Ludacris and CeeLo get is not what Big Boy and Ti get down here
okay.
because they kind of have stayed down and stayed living down here and stayed on the scene down here. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like down here specifically, they've made it a point to rep for this city. Even some of even some of Jeezy's love started to wane as he spread out and started doing other things and being married to old girl and all that. Like that kind of hurt him in this city a little bit. It's like, oh no, that ain't the Jeezy that I came up with. Like people take it personally down here like that. Very territorial.
You think more
Like,
so other places?
yeah, I tell people our zones are very much like New York's boroughs. It's taken very, very seriously. It's like where you from? I'm from Zone 6, that's East Side. Where you from? Zone 4, that's West Side. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like it matters. Like you hear to like I don't know if you noticed this. It's like the rappers down here shout out where they're from more than any other rappers do,
Constantly.
including New York rappers. Every time Two Chains rap, he lets you know he from the South Side. He from College Park. He from Riverdale, Forest
Mhm.
Park, South Side. Every time Ti rap, West Side, Bankhead. You always hear me talk. It's like no. I was raised on the East Side. It
Yep.
matters.
Every time you talk about growing up in Atlanta, you say, yeah.
East Side. I do. It matters. It matters. Like it does. Like even all the polo and all the stuff I wear, that's the East Side in me. That's how we do on the East Side. Like East Side of the fly dudes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
feel like I know. I'm just agreeing with you. Yeah. I'm hearing you.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's territorial like that. And who reps this city the hardest is usually who gets most of the love when they blow up and make it big. You know? That's why Andre's South Got Something to Say lives forever down here.
Yeah. And will. Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna live forever, no matter what he does or doesn't does, or how many flutes or violins or xylophones he plays. Oh, when he said the South got something to say, it's like, oh, well, that was the first time somebody spoke for us. It means something. Like when they shouting out East Point, the SWATs, Decatur, like on Southern playlists, no, that means something to people.
Yeah. And
Most people didn't know what the SWATs was. That's Southwest Atlanta too strong. You know what I'm saying? It means something. It means something like Gip literally to this day daily on Instagram, and I just met Gip. Shout out to Gip. East Point. because that's where he's from. He's from the Point.
Hmm.
The first time you hear Gip on Get Up, Get Out, he says, "Out the Point, the Campbellton Road, the Valley of the South Side flow." Okay, so East Point is connected to the South Side. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You go up a little bit to get to Campbellton from East Point. So when he's saying out the point, the Campbellton Road, he's letting you know, he's like, I'm pretty much going from exit 2, which is Camp Creek, to exit 5A, 5B, which is Campbellton. I'm going 3 exits up. That
Gotcha.
matters.